Good afternoon. So this is Mango Chama, and I'm going to present how I'll teach a topic, saprophytic nutrition to grade 10 learners. So this topic is under the topic nutrition. Okay. So the first thing, in terms of how I would organize it, I would have my teaching aids, which is I would have a bread which is rotten. I would also have a chart showing the saprophyte. Okay, so that uh, will be how I would organize my lesson. So the first thing I would introduce to my learners, I would go with the bread. Ask them what has happened to this bread, which has these patches. Okay, and I'm sure I would get a lot of answers. At the end of it, I would tell them to say this is a saprophyte which has grown, an organism uh, which is feeding on dead decaying matter. Then I'll tell them the definition of saprophytic nutrition to say this is a type of nutrition where organisms feed on dead or decaying matter. So that is how I would introduce this topic. Then the next thing that I would do is to talk about the characteristics of this organism, the rhizopus. Okay, so uh, there are types of organisms that feed under this organism. That is, when we talk about the characteristics, first I'll talk about the types of organisms that are found, where we have fungi and some bacteria. They feed under this type of uh, nutrition. So when we talk about fungi, this is where we have organisms such as mushroom, moths, yeast, rhizopus, etc. Then when we talk about bacteria, this is where we have an example of a bacteria actinomycin, which feeds under this type of reproduction and type of saprophytic nutrition. Then I'll go to adaptations. Under adaptation, I'll teach the learners some things about this uh, nutrition, where I would introduce things like how a rhizopus or a fungi feed. So it feeds by secreting enzymes. These enzymes are called extracellular enzymes on the substrate. They break down the substrate, the enzymes break down the substrate, and nutrients are absorbed in the body of the rhizopus. I would even show them as I explain this to say this is a chart of the rhizopus. Okay, so we'll go on to see the parts, to identify the parts of the rhizopus, showing them to say the rhizoids, which are root-like structures, are the ones where nutrients are absorbed from. Enzymes are secreted and nutrients absorbed. So that is how I will explain. Then I'll talk about the roles of the saprophyte, the roles and significance of the saprophyte to the environment. One is that they are used as food, such as mushroom is eaten. Again, these saprophytes help in recycling nutrients. That's how they are important in the environment. Then in conclusion, I would say this is important. Saprophytes feed on dead organisms. They help in recycling nutrients in the soil. So I would ask if there are some questions from the learners. That is how I would structure my topic. Thank you very much.